on, Rangers! Come
I
on,
missed the whole game.
It's Thursday night training for Dorking Wanderers, and with the help of Coach Beardy, Marc has prepared some feedback for the lads after conceding 3 goals at Woking 2 days earlier.
Right, boys, it's only what, obviously most of you boys have played full time anyway, so it's only what you've used to your whole career. Obviously the annoying thing is for us, what I'd like to do is go through like 35 minutes of what we've done really well, you know, the strategy we meant to deploy that we did do, the strategy we meant to deploy that maybe we weren't as good on. I'd love to go through like a full sequence, but at the moment, because we're part-time, we don't have that beauty, and you've had a long day and you've sat in here for too long, you're tuned out. So because I know you're all great people, and I don't need to fluff it up, I feel comfortable. I can just show you what is just the negatives, essentially, the goals against, and you'll take that the right way. Sammy has to jump and clear the ball out. The bloke sort of mini blocked you, hadn't he, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Right, bang. So I just want to make this really clear. This is fucking X-rated, this goal. I meant to say that this goal is not good. I didn't enjoy what... There's honestly about 6 things that have gone belly up in this goal. So we're doing loads of things right, but I'll say this, to get a win Saturday, that's phenomenal. The way you've come together, injuries, playing out of position, that's fucking phenomenal. So we want everything going into Saturday's 3 points, and then we can set up a fucking good midweeker. Okay? Good? I'll watch you tonight. Cheers, boys.
While those fit to train gear up for the Aldershot game, we went and found one of the boys from the treatment room, one who needs more treatment than anybody else right now. Last season's top scorer, Alfie Rutherford, a man who needs an operation on his knee as well as his heart. But not because he's got a broken heart about his knee, he really needs heart surgery.
Yeah, I was just chasing the defender down, and it felt like my knee just popped, just dislocated. But so yeah, I've been in a bit of pain since, but it actually feels okay now. But went to see a knee specialist yesterday, and he said he thinks it's my ACL. So I'm going to have a scan tomorrow, and then I'll probably find out the results Monday. And if it is the ACL, then I'll have to. I'm going to see a surgeon on Tuesday that's already partly booked in, and then obviously have the operation, and then it's just a road to recovery from there. Since then, you just got to look at the positives. I mean, obviously, as you know, I'm having my heart operation as well, so hopefully I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone if that is the case. So getting it all done at once, and then if it is the ACL, obviously it's 6 to 9 months. So hopefully I could have that at the same time, just be probably forgotten about for this year, and then...
While we're in the mood for catching up with people, we figured it's about time we got hold of another Alfie Egan, who signed for the club a month earlier.
Basically, I just found out that there was interest, and as soon as I knew and spoke to Marc, kind of straight away I knew he was my type of manager, and it was obviously I've played against these boys, I've played against at this club, played in the playoff final last year, and I know how they play, and it's a bit of a no-brainer for me.
Do you get nervous joining a new team?
Sometimes when it's alien and you don't know anyone and you don't know what to expect, but it's weird because obviously I've seen Marc, I spoke to Marc, I know the boys, so it seems a little bit different this time. Like I can settle in a lot quicker than I would elsewhere.
You seem excited, is that fair to say?
Yeah, no, definitely. I can't wait to get started, and I love the way these boys play football, and it suits me to the ground, so I can't wait to get going.
4 days after partaking in a 6-goal thriller against Surrey rivals Woking, Dorking are back in action in their next closest local derby. Aldershot Town are visiting Meadowbank, a club that's just 18 miles away and 4 points behind the mid-table Wanderers. Today's the first time that the 2 clubs have ever met, and with the away fans' allocation of tickets sold out and the sun beating down on an uncharacteristically hot October day, there are tense times ahead for Dorking, who are keen to turn Meadowbank back into the fortress that it once was. Thus, Marc needs to get his side prepared for every eventuality against a club with a temporary manager who has helped turn Aldershot's season around.
Calm is the #1 messaging, because obviously what we can't do is become a production of the crowd, but this being a small ground, this is rammed today of Aldershot fans, and they'll be fucking smoke bombs and singing. I think he's got a job, this academy bloke.
What's his name?
Ross. So basically, in his interview, he just talks about they're going to, you know, we love Dorking because we're like them, we full press, we're going to make a fucking proper game of it, no more Aldershot on the back foot, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, which is what everybody does, which is fine. Obviously, I'm saying to them, look, Dan Lincoln, because I'm going to go quite heavy on them about their communication today. I'm going to say, listen, we have not got a team of communicators here, so if you don't fucking talk, the keeper and the back three in particular, if they're not talking today, I'm going to say it's fallout material, because they've got to talk, especially the keeper. So we'll know if they're playing 3-5-2. If they don't play 3-5-2, then he'll be ditching a formation that they've won the last two in. Not sure anyone's prepared to do that if they're trying to get a job. I don't know if he's been given it or he's about to get it, but not sure he's going to ditch a winning formation because he's away at Dorking. But you never know.
Over 700 Aldershot fans are making their way to Meadowbank today, and when teams sell out their ticket allocation, Marc and his business partner Chris reward them with a few free rounds at the away pub.
Sorry, mate. Cheers. Are you all Aldershot fans? Yeah. Yeah, right. I've got a delivery from Dorking Wanderers. I don't know if you've seen this. Thanks for selling out today. Have a drink on us. All right, so there you go. Enjoy it. Cheers. Enjoy.
Let's get on the freebie!
There's a bit of a beer kitty in there for the Aldershot fans. Yeah. I'll go see them. All right. Cheers.
One of them is already in the ground. Mitch the Kitman is a die-hard supporter, and today his allegiances are to be questioned.
I'm genuinely buzzing because I haven't watched him in ages, and I've wanted to go watch Aldershot for ages. So now I finally get to do it. I do want Dorking to win, to be fair. Plus, I'd like my job next week, so yeah, probably want Dorking to win.
Mitch, if you've got your Aldershot head on, you can fuck off. Honestly, you can fuck off. Just fuck off for the day. That would really fucking annoy me. If I remotely see you, even look at them, that's going to fuck me off, so don't even look at them. Marcus card early doors, mate.
Score once his reaction, because every week he jumps out.
It was one of them, I reckon.
Yeah. That's got to stay the same.
It will.
Yeah,
It will.
Mitch is obviously an Aldershot fan, isn't he? Like, die-hard. So, literally, I'm going to punch him in the face. If he remotely either looks like smiling when they score or doesn't run out his dugout to whoever said that, Ed, when we score like he normally does. Today, they're going to be talking about our threats and what we do well. And I'd imagine a lot of their team talk will be minimal on themselves. It will be. I think this will be one of our biggest attendances ever today. We sold shitloads home tickets this morning. It's going to be like best part of fucking 3,000 maybe. It will be noisy. This will feel like a derby. It'll feel like a local derby. It really will. They won the last two. It's a game where, frankly, we've got to win our battles until the game settles down. And when it settles down, we'll do that bit we do, which is just start popping it about. I'm going to give you one instruction today not to forget. Dan Lincoln, Ed Harris, Bobby, Isaac, which are the back four, by the way. Back four. Jeb, who's the holding player. If you are quiet, right, we're definitely going to fall out. I'm not going to, accept players that can see the game not talking. Okay? It's not acceptable, right? So I need to hear you organise on our midfield, you organise on our back three, both defensively and on the ball. Okay, Dan? Back three, in particular, the ones that look across the line, should be information the whole time, whether it's defensively or attacking. They've only won 2 games back to back, and they were the only 2 games this year that they've played a 3-5-2. So I think they're about to give this bloke the job. He's the academy manager. And if they haven't given it him, he's in for the job. I'd be amazed if he changes it off the back of 2 wins, but he might. So we've set up, prepared to have an overload right or left. That's what we're prepared to do. If we need an emergency back 4, then we'll just go full back, but I'm not expecting that to be the case. Okay? Might even end up sticking Jeb there, but we'll see. Apart from that, derby mentality, you're going to have to win your battles, that's how it's going to be. But isn't it great that Dorking Wanderers, who've literally come from nowhere, you're playing teams that spend 5 days planning to try and beat you. That's how frightened people are of us. They really are. I'm not just saying it, they really are. All right, let's go. What you want is the team got beat on the Saturday, they sacked the manager on the Sunday, and then on the Tuesday they're away at Dorking and they've got some bloke and I don't know what they're doing. But Aldershot have steadied the ship, won 2 games. The interim manager, potential future manager, is a great coach, full-time at Aldershot, and he'll be really organised for us. And also, it's like anything in life, he's not managed at this level, so his enthusiasm to prove himself will be huge.
My name's Ross McNeely. I'm the interim manager of Aldershot Town. Marc and Tom obviously left their jobs last 2 weeks ago today. So I came in with Terry Brown and with James Edmonds, another academy coach, to work with the first team in the interim, which was initially going to be 3 games and maybe a little bit more while we continue to search and look for a full-time manager, so like not to rush the process really.
They're full-time, and they would have sat there all week going, right, this is how we're going to stop them. But, you know, it's one thing talking about it, it's another thing doing it. It's one thing doing it for 5 minutes, it's another thing doing it for 45 minutes. And let's hope that mindset and attitude of mine is right, because I do think it's really difficult to teach people, you know, how to play against us really quickly, but we'll see.
I wanted a big focus on how we play and try to get us an identity, and I think that's been the main thing for me. Obviously we've watched Dorking, and I quite enjoy watching Dorking. They're a good side to play, a good side to watch, score lots of goals, entertaining games. So yeah, of course we've watched them, but I think today and the last few games there's been a lot of big focus on us and how we're going to play and how we're going to sort of like represent ourselves really.
I first came across a bunch of amateurs on TikTok and then followed the comments to find out there was a YouTube channel, and since then I've just kind of followed on, and it was my birthday through the week, so we travelled down and we're here to take in the game against Aldershot today.
If you asked me 3 weeks ago with Marc Mosley in charge, I would have said we're going to go defensive and lose. But now with Terry Brown and the youth manager, Ross McNeely, if you ask him, then yeah, we'll be attacking today. It could be a goal fest.
Things are going good. We've won our last 2 games, and it's just a breath of fresh air.
So what was going on before that?
We were too defensive. We sat back too deep all game. Even if we were 1-0 up, we decided we would defend it.
Like we had a good squad of players, but we weren't playing as a team. We were too defensive, and we set out to attack. So when you've got an attacking side and you defend, it's no good.
I agree, Marc Mosley was a legend of a player with us, but as a manager, he didn't quite cut it. I hate to say that, but he did.
No, I'm hoping to see at least a draw. I'm hopeful that we can continue getting points on the board, because the shots are staying up. That's the ambition of my season.
We're a struggling side. We've got a low budget, but we're going to do all right. Hopefully, we've got a couple of results now, so we should scrape along and be all right.
Am I hoping to meet Marc today? Yes. Like I say, we've travelled down 6.5 hours on the train yesterday, 522 miles from our house if we were to come by road. So yeah, it would be good to come this way. And whether I'll be back down again, I'm not sure, but since it's my first time, yeah, it would be good.
You've got the job or what?
Nah, I'm interim.
Not official?
Not official, nah. Just caretaker for like next 3 games. This is my last game supposedly, well, another 3 now.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, mate.
So are they just sort of seeing what happens?
I think so, mate.
I just made a big point that they should give people like you the job.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I did a massive point, because obviously all they do, I know, like they bring in people that do an amazing job here, and all they do is just overlap them with about 20 shit managers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yeah, we've got so much to do. Like today, it seemed like a fucking carnival, because 2,500 in here is like 12,000 in all the
Yeah, it's going to be loud, mate.
You know what I mean? Great to meet you, mate.
Pleasure, mate.
Good luck, yeah? Cheers, mate. He's been given another 3 games, because they're obviously thinking about him. He was given 3, and this is his 3rd, and he's been told he got another 3, including today. Yeah, which is good for him, but it's good because it means he knows he's in the mix, which I like. The left centre half can really play on the ball. Make sure we don't touch at number 5. You don't start looking at Aldershot, have you? You fucking start being a fucking super fan for them, Mitch. Your Dorking Wanderers career's done. Whereabouts in Scotland you come from? You all right?
Town called Montrose. In between Dundee and Aberdeen. 6.5 hours on the train.
You come all the way down?
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, mate, hopefully we get a result because you lot are here, yeah? I'll remember that. If we get a result, I'm going to find you at the end. 2 people just come all the way from Scotland to watch us. So Richard just took me over there, so meet these. They got a train for 6 hours from Montrose. They love us.
I've seen someone else comment in the week about coming to the game.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, mate. It is unbelievable. I can't even tell you. They warmed up a back four. People do give us a lot of respect. 5 out of 6 teams have changed their formation down here. Like, people really are scared about the way we play. They've watched the Woking game. To Baz's point, they might well just think we're going to go and full press them. If they do that, I can only see it being a 4-5-1, and then the midfield looks the same. What's important is, a bit like if you're worried about fighting someone, is that you give them a few straight rights in the first 10 minutes. Let them see first 10 minutes, we're going to fucking start fast, all right? Real fast start, boys, okay? Be a great win today. Win the midfield battle. The midfield's going to be 3v3 no matter what happens in this game. Win the battle. Let's go.
As ever, Marc and his coaching team are keen to figure out what system they're up against. And while Aldershot acted like they were playing with a back four in the warm-up, in reality, they're playing the same 3-5-2 system as the home side. Aldershot staged the first attack of the game as Tommy Willard's shot is charged down. Dorking clear and go forwards themselves. And with Aldershot's Justin Amaluzor down with a lower back injury, Amaluzor baby, Wanderers persist with their foray.
Time! They're back three, aren't they?
Niall McManus's header loops onto the crossbar and the referee gives Aldershot a free kick, despite goalkeeper Luca Ashby-Hammond falling over his own defender.
They're back three, yeah?
Yeah, back three.
Ed! Jimmy! They're a free. Harry!
Carl and the coaching team think they've got the opposition positions down now, so a straight 3-5-2 matchup means overloads at the back and lots of balls on the outside of the midfielders.
Relax.
Frustratingly for Marc, Dorking have given the ball away and Aldershot are about to unpick them with a more direct approach. Tommy Willard blazes wide, but the break is a cause for concern.
Isaac! Do it, Ali!
Building out from the back is essential to Dorking's style of play, and they need to get it right from the moment that Dan Lincoln gets the ball.
Get him on his right! Get him on his right foot, for fuck's sake! Get him on his right foot! Isaac, come here! He ain't running, come here! Fucking come here!
When Dorking do get on the ball, they need to spread the play from one side to the other to make the most of their overload, something they keep neglecting to do.
Bobby Joe! Not now. Relax, left back. Isaac, your overload's over the other side, son! Macca! Jimmy, higher!
The Wanderers are beginning to get into their groove.
No time! Ed!
Amaluza has been troublesome for the Dorking back line, and when he sees Niall throw a leg in his direction, he goes down easier than Matt Barker's mum. Yeah, that's right, I'm using my show to settle a few scores. Meanwhile, Jack Jebb's inch-perfect through ball gives Ryan Seeger a one-on-one. Luca Ashby-Hammond saves with his legs, and Aldershot survive. Seeger's chance is a rare highlight in an otherwise uneventful half. Dorking can't quite unpick the lock, and Aldershot are rarely threatening Dan Lincoln's goal.
Play short! Play short!
Still, Dorking are applying the most pressure, even if they're not quite able to create the golden opportunity.
Corner ball, fourth.
When Ryan Glover is played in down the Aldershot right, his chance to open the scoring is snuffed out by a tenacious and shockingly fast Seb Bowerman.
This side!
Most of the play is in Aldershot's half, although the visitors won't mind that for as long as Dorking fail to find a meaningful opening. Dorking keep coming, and as we've seen so many times this season, they're never more vulnerable than when they're flying forwards.
Get inside this 5. No, central! No, get central!
The Aldershot counter is swift, and Glover gets the ball out to Amaluzor, who once again tests the Dorking rearguard. He's able to whip in a dangerous cross for E11. Shows great strength to get the better of Isaac Philpott at the far post, and he swings his right leg to connect with an inch-perfect volley that leaves Dan Lincoln with no chance. Unfortunately for his career prospects, Mitch manages to remain seated.
Come on! Ice! Ice! Go again! Forward! Harry! Harry!
Dorking do respond positively. McManus and McShane combine to get into the box, but yet again, there's no chance to speak of.
Jimmy, come on.
Despite not getting into the final third very often, Aldershot can lay claim to creating the best chance of the match. Not that E11 is going to make the most of the fact.
Get the fucking ball! Round the corner! Round the corner! The scoreline is not an issue in this game. Not one bit. It's a good finish from there, fella. You lot at the back got to move your feet. You're in a great game. We've got to keep moving our feet. Now, this is the game, Niall, Macca. This is the game you just need to keep your shape. That goal has come, we've got you and Jim fucking on the right wing, fucking about, and it's come from fucking our right wing, and we're left fucking exposed. But the bottom line is, right, that's where that goal starts. And it's a good finish. I'm all right with the finish. Jebby, you've got to try and find the right-hand side overloads. This is the key. This is what I'm telling you. So we need to try and work the ball whenever the ball's on the left, or even centre mid. The aim is that Jeb and McShane can Jimmy high overload, or even Jimmy in one ball. I'm actually not angry one bit. You're slowing it down, which winds me up. But apart from that, I'm not angry one bit, because we have had shitloads of passages of play. We have put the ball in the box, and the delivery in the box has been good. We've got a long time to score the one goal. We could score this first goal in the 85th minute, and our fans will still cheer us on to a 3-1 win. We've got ages, plenty of time. okay? If they go full press, we're going to go really shallow. We'll look for odds. We'll see what's what. Yeah? All right, boys? Right, loads of time. Keep your shape. All right? Loads of time.
Since we started making this show, no single set of supporters has ever abused a goalkeeper to quite the extent that the Aldershot fans are right now. But such is the language and YouTube's latest profanity rules, we can't really include that audio track in this edit. Suffice to say, we're impressed that Dan Lincoln is able to block it out. We know what you're thinking. Bunch of amateurs, you've forgotten to talk about the kits. Au contraire, because here we go. Aldershot are in their away kit today. I think that's yellow again, to remind you we're colourblind. Yellow with a darker colour on the shoulders. It's an area kit, and we've never said area out loud before. We've seen it written down before. Not as memorable a name as fcfootballkit.com, who not only have a memorable name, but memorable kits too. Check them out for yourself. Ollie Harfield's corner leads to Amal Azor falling over again, and it's hard to tell if the Aldershot fans are incredibly supportive or incredibly gullible. Dorking's failure to find the net is putting pressure on their back line. For a second goal now would be a hammer blow to the confidence of the team.
Fucking stop the cross, man!
Aldershot are sensing the chance to solidify their lead. Some smart work from the front men allows Frank Vincent to go get his fucking shine box and try to beat Dan Lincoln. Vincent stabs the ball as if it were a gangster in the trunk of a car, while Giles Phillips reacts like he's in one of those dreams where you can't walk properly. Aldershot have been sending Dorking a message, one that reads, "You need to improve or we're going to score again." Sadly, nobody in a red and white shirt got the memo. Probably wondering what that noise is. We'll come back to that in a minute. Harfield's cross is perfect for the oncoming Tyler Cordner to run onto, and he guides the ball past Dan Lincoln inside the far post. As for the source of that noise, well, the Aldershot fans figured the best way to celebrate was to grab the goal and slam it up and down on our microphone, which to the shock of nobody is now broken. Thanks, Aldershot fans. We're so glad we could bring you this celebration of your team.
Plenty of time! Plenty of time! Relax!
Dorking do have time to get back into the game, and Nick Wheeler's crossing should help. Seeger gets in front of Luca Ashby-Hammond, only to see his header flick over the bar. Dorking are building up some pressure, with Mewett and McManus particularly lively coming forwards.
On the other side of him. Get inside now. Nicky, come on to you, Nicky! Time!
Listen to the crowd, Jimmy.
Effiong has been a major problem all game, and he lines up a shot to finally finish the Wanderers off. Aldershot have dished out more warnings than Cyril Evans, and Dorking need to score soon if they're to avoid the game slipping out of their grasp. When Isaac Philpotts has the unenviable task of taking a throw-in in front of the away fans, several items are lobbed in his general direction, and the referee's decision to go pick one of them up and hand-deliver it to the fourth official just means Isaac has to stand there for even longer. Well, that's not the worst insult. It's like saying, "You're not quite good enough for this division, but you'll be fine in the division below." Jimmy Mewett is still working the wing as best he can, even if there are only a few minutes left. Dorking's crosses, however, are being cut out every time.
Every time, mate. Every time that client cuts it out. Must deliver!
Dorking's last attempt to penetrate the defence is met with Aldershot's final counter-attack. The hard-working Tommy Willard leads the charge, keeping hold of the ball as if he were in a school playground and dealing with, frankly, a schoolboy defence. Willard runs around the Dorking back line as if they were traffic cones and slots the ball in for a Wembley singles winner.
Two volleys from crosses. First goal I got to take responsibility for if I clear out the space, but we got to fucking start looking after each other.
Getting done 3-0 at home to that lot is a fucking shambles. We've got to know, as a team, that if we have a day when we're not taking our chances and Seeger misses a one-on-one early on, we've got to know as a team that we can keep a clean sheet. They've got in between us or spare dead balls a frightening amount of times. Frightening. We're in this together. You've got to ask yourself how much communication there is across the back. Because I can't tell from where I am. I don't know how much aggressively we're screaming at each other to put a foot in across the back. The defending was not good enough today, I'm afraid. That you have to take that one. I urge you, if you want to be depressed, to watch that 90 minutes back. Because that 90 minutes defensively was really poor. And to the neutral watching that game, or the next opponents, they're looking at that going, this team can't defend. And I'll be honest, I'll tell you straight now, we can't defend. I can't hide that. The actual goals pretty much have come from, us again really, pretty much. They've come from turnover of play, you know what I mean, just turnover of play. My concerns are twofold. One is threefold. One is defensive, basic defending, talking across the line, putting a foot in, stopping crosses. Two is communication in the team. Not sure it's good enough at all. You have to answer them questions. You're out there. Harry, is it all right? Or is it average? Or is it worse than average? If you're being honest. Could the boys trust you? On the pitch, is it loud? Is it fucking dominant?
I think we're definitely more. I think when we're winning and we're on top, it is there. That matters when we're back against them.
And the structure. So it's communication, defending, and the team structure. Honestly, like after Scunthorpe and all, they're the games I remember. Listen to me, please. I'll turn around and say to you, I'll be the first person to say and take responsibility. But today, and it sounds cheesy, you need to take responsibility for that, you lot. It weren't good enough. Weren't good enough final third delivery, weren't good enough defensively, weren't good enough at all. Okay? You've got to take responsibility today. That is not the management team at all. Okay? So get the gear in, we'll see whenever it is, Tuesday. Right, management, quick.
I don't know, mate. Just fucking broken record and they just can't defend, can we? I thought they defended fucking. If you want to watch someone, the team defend well.
Second half, I thought they defended well. First half, I thought we was tad unlucky, but yeah, in general.
I just thought every time they break, they're fucking red arrows, and we're like fucking getting back. It's the same every fucking week. We need to spend like a month on defensive shape, off the ball, flip it. We do so much attacking, we've got that. We need to flip it fucking 80-20 or whatever the percentage is.
I think it was very similar to last week defensively as well, not coming out to meet the ball. Again, just both boxes, just really poor defensively. I agree, Billy, that last goal, fucking hell. How he's done that, it's 4 times he's got the ball. Isaac's had opportunities and he's gone round head, it's just...
I think the delivery in the box and all that could improve, but I'm fine with the front two. Right, boys, Billy, do your bits on that, yeah. We've got 2 choices, haven't you? You've got to improve it with the players you've got, or improve it by bringing in new players. That's really, you follow a process, don't you? So in the first instance, we've relentlessly shown them what they're not doing. We've given instructions. two main things are the communication and the ability to know when to tackle, which is a pretty fundamental in football, and both are poor. So if the boys that you ask to take it to market for, you can't, then of course you're looking for boys that can. But of course you give the ones that you love, the ones you go out for a beer with, the boys that have been here through all your successful times, you want them, don't you? You really want them to make the grade. But never at the detriment of the project, never at the detriment of winning games, and that is where we're at the moment.
The plan is to keep your team shape, a structure of our, like when we're attacking, it seems to be our biggest downfall, like the counter-attack, and it's been happening all season. So we've set up a lot the last couple of weeks with always having two centre-halves back at least. One's obviously going to be attacking the side of the ball, a midfielder holding, which gives you three back, and then another one just ahead of the behind the ball. So we should have a structure of four. But I don't think that's the case today. Like, we give it away high for the first goal, got transferred across, too easy out wide, and we're just a little bit soft. That's the word I think it is. Like we allow crosses in too easy. Like I'm a defender, and I pride myself on being a defender first. If the ball's there to be won, you go and win it. You put it out for a throw, and then you get the next one. You're up. We just allow players to take us on too easy, get a cross in too easy. So the first goal, Jebby should have made a tackle. No matter how big or strong his 7 is, you make that tackle, give him a throw. And then once the ball goes in the box, defender's body shape completely wrong, not looking at where their players are, focus on the ball. So rather than being like this and seeing everything if the goal's behind me, their body shape's like this, which allows the big 9 to get in front. Same for the second goal. Zaka, the same thing, body shape not right, not stopping across, labouring out rather than sprinting out to get your foot on it, getting anything on that ball. And then exactly the same thing again. I can't remember what number it was, come across our defenders, one goal, 2-0. Third goal, just really poor. That's the one I'm most disappointed about actually, because again we was on the attack, went down the other end, we had 4 or 5 opportunities to put a tackle in, to come out with a ball, just run alongside them, make a little effort to make the tackle. So it's disappointing, and we never slaughter the players, and never, we always look for the positives and look how we can work on it. And my job now is to go look at it myself again, watch the footage back, and then help the players by doing that. But you can only keep telling them so many times.
We can't. It's not being tight that's got us the points we've got, and there's we very much are strategic. And I'm thinking there's teams in this division that have not got many points because they want to be compact, because they're not as good as the rest of the teams. But it's like anything, you know, best form of defence is attack sometimes. I think the points we've picked up have been our style. But what I'd say is this, as an absolute fact, there are as many as a dozen teams in this league that play a back three. 12.
Yeah, you look at Wrexham, they play the same way, and the amount of goals they concede, so they literally think they're going to outscore teams every week, and that's the way they play, and they play the same formation. You find this formation is quite open. The first year is a learning year for us, and for the gaffer. I've been in this league before a few times, so I know what it's about, and over the years you get more athleticism, and I think to play a 3-5-2 you need 11 athletes. I'm not going to shit myself with it at all. I'm not going to, you know, start looking at bringing in emergency players. Meadowbank's a place we need to win our games. It's not going to be easy winning on the road at Halifax, Torquay, regardless of their league positions. We are that team they're waiting to come down and beat at home. So it's a home venue. We need to win our matches. And also, let's be frank, we beat ourselves up here, but we are playing matches like today without a lot of our A-list players. And as a club, it's very difficult to play without your A-list players week in, week out. So we are massively requiring these boys to come back.
Thanks so much for watching and supporting us by watching. You could support us more by going onto Patreon, and that's where you'll get extended episodes and behind the scenes content and lots of extra stuff. Otherwise, just hit the like button. That helps us, and make sure you hit subscribe, because then you'll get notifications to tell you when a new episode has been released. This week's comment of the week comes from Jose Hogaldo, who said, "Nice content." That's all he said. That's all he needed to say. It's a comment, and that helps the YouTube algorithm. So nice one, Jose, or Jose.